Hello, and welcome to the flagship video of the Maryland Almanac. Recently, I've seen a lot of articles making claims about the origins of the Maryland flag that are just not true. So today, we're going to go over the history of the Maryland flag and debunk some of the common claims about its past. The story repeated by most sources goes something like this. The flag got its start as two English heraldries that were combined to make a state seal. During the Civil War, the two banners got split up, with the yellow and black half being used by the Union and the red and white half being used by the Confederacy. After the war, the two halves were combined as a symbol of reconciliation between both sides to make the flag that we have today. While the stuff about the heraldries and the state seal is true, the claim that the flag split up during the Civil War is not, and that myth comes from a few different places. One common claim about the Maryland flag is that Confederate sympathizers in Maryland would wear the red and white crossland colors to signify their support for the Confederacy. Even some children were detained for this, and while it is true that red and white colors did signify support of the Confederacy, it wasn't because of the cross and banner, which at the time was depicted as red and white and black, red and gray, or red and blue. Red and white were just general pro-Confederate colors that were worn all throughout the South. The claim that the banner split up is also not true. Of all the recorded Maryland battle flags for both the Union and the Confederacy, there is not one that just has the Crossland or Calvert banner. They always appear together, usually on a blue background. There are two cases of the symbol on the Crossland banner, a cross-botany or Maryland cross, being used by Confederates, one of which is this lone battle flag by the Maryland 4th Artillery. It isn't the Crossland banner, but it is clearly based on it. Some Confederate Maryland soldiers also wore this Maryland cross pin that would identify their bodies if they died. These are the closest we get to the cross and banner representing the Confederacy, and the Union just has no tie to the Calvert banner at all. It's also claimed that, after the Civil War, the Maryland 5th, a Confederate-aligned militia, were the ones to popularize the flag. This claim might be true, but there's so little record of the Maryland flag before its adoption that it's impossible to say why it became popular. We first see it in this sketch in 1880. There are some mentions of a Maryland flag in the next few years. The Maryland 5th adopts the flag in 1889. There are more mentions of the flag, including this painting where the artist thinks that the flag is old enough to be at Maryland's founding. And then the state officially adopts the flag in 1904. We don't know who made it, what they wanted it to mean, or why or when it became popular. There's just no evidence to confidently say. Finally, it's often said that the flag was seen as a symbol of reconciliation and unity between the Union and the Confederacy when it was adopted. This is probably based on the current Secretary of State website, which says that the flag must have been a symbol of reconciliation. But here's what the lawmakers actually said in the bill that made the Maryland flag the official state flag. The Maryland flag has never been formally adopted by Maryland as a state, its use having been continued by common consent only. The flag adopted should be the one which, from the earliest settlement of the province to the present time, has been known and distinguished as the flag of Maryland. So the lawmakers believed that the Maryland flag was always a symbol of the state, even before the Civil War, and they were just officially making it the state flag. To them, it wasn't a symbol of unity with the Confederacy, but just a symbol of Maryland. And that is the history of the Maryland flag. I hope this video taught you something new, and please let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you.